Hey guys, Justin here. Just a quick little video here. I've been noticing a lot of people that I know, and myself included, have trouble kind of implementing a morning routine. You're like, okay, I'm gonna start working out in the morning. I'm gonna get up and go to the gym, or I'm gonna get up and go, to this park. I'm gonna run around, whatever you need to do. But then, you might start it and then you can't stick with it. And so we all experience that in different areas of our life, whether it's, making more money, trying to eat differently, whatever it is. So I want to talk specifically about why we can't stick with things, specifically around morning routines. So it might be just not being able to get up in the morning. You're thinking, oh, okay, I gotta get up at this time. You set your alarm, you're good to go. Your alarm goes off and you shut it off, you go back to bed. Now, you could easily say, well, I'm tired, I wasn't awake yet. You can make all kinds of different reasonings behind it. But at the end of the day, I want you to start looking at what you can do in terms of your environment, because environment is probably the number one factor in how you actually make changes. And what it comes down to ultimately is, what's the enabling behaviors that are making you do what you're currently doing? So you currently have an instinctual pattern to whatever the conditions around you are. So if you're setting an alarm and you're like, okay, I'm gonna set an alarm, 90 minutes, 2 hours earlier than I normally do. Then you go and do that. It doesn't mean you're gonna change your behaviors because the conditions haven't changed. All you've done is set your alarm. And so what you actually have to do is think about, how am I setting my alarm? Is it on like an old-fashioned alarm clock? It's on my phone, or something else. Where is that device when I go to sleep? And when I wake up in the morning, if say you're shutting your alarm off and going back to bed, what are you doing? Is it right next to you by your bed? What if it was across the room or in a different room? Would it be different? Would you get up out of bed and then, okay, now I'm moving, now maybe you stay up? That could be the difference, just moving where the alarm is. It could be the difference between, kind of how your whole day goes based on how your morning routine shapes out. And that could be a trigger to creating a new habit over the next, few weeks, just by making a little switch like that. So think about physically where things are located around you when you're waking up. Same thing goes with, if you want to do something healthy in your diet in the morning, whether you just want to drink more water, or you want to, blend or juice a drink, or whatever it is. Think about what makes those actions that you want to take as easy as possible. So just like the alarm, if you need to get up out of bed to go shut off the alarm, you're going to be a lot less likely to go back to sleep, right? Of course you are. So if you wake up in the morning and you need to go get, I need to go get these vegetables from here, I gotta get this fruit from here, I gotta go get this piece from the blender, I left it in the dishwasher. If you have to do more as opposed to do less or almost nothing to carry out that behavior, doing more is obviously going to make it harder for you to want to stick with it. Anytime our brain gets confused or something's too hard, we just immediately default back to our automatic behavior. So think about what about your environment is going to create enabling behaviors. We want to go with the stream of things. We don't want to go against the grain. Anytime you're going against the grain, you're just sort of pushing through it, and eventually it's going to break. Because you have a limited amount of willpower, you can't just push through and continuously do something that is so hard to do, because everything around you makes it hard to do. Okay, this is why, if someone is an addict and they go into rehab, and after rehab, they get inserted right back into the environment they were in, they can use their willpower and say, I learned all these things, I'm a different person. But ultimately, you're in an environment. And as human beings, we are creatures that we take cues from our environment, we take cues from other people around us. That addict is going to fall right back into that behavior if they don't change their environment and all the conditions around them. If all the conditions around them enable them to go back to the old behavior, that's what they'll do. same thing for you in your life. So hopefully this was helpful, guys. And I'm going to be putting out videos and doing little experiments this week. I'd love to hear what you guys want to hear from, what kind of topics you want to hear about in terms of, you know, how people make changes in their life that stick.